a ton. Yeah.
Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. It's Friday night, and yes, of course, it's the best day of the week. And we've got a massive derby tomorrow against Man City. Will Michael Carrick be able to do a job on Pep's, well, ever-growing team? We're going to discuss, of course, what's been going on in the transfer market as well. We're going to be talking about Man City signing a few big players as well. I mean, this is not looking good for United, but we might have some good news. Finally, we might have some good news, and that is Man United might be on the verge of signing a new player, a midfielder, the one that we've been calling for such a long time, the position that we've all said needs a reinforcement is finally on the horizon. We might be getting a midfielder, but we don't know who. That's the biggest problem. We don't know who they're looking at. It could be someone completely rubbish. It could be someone like a young 16-year-old, or it could be someone who's seasoned. But actually, we've got some news on that as well. So we've got lots and lots to discuss because there is some information as to who they're talking to. We're going to discuss who it could be. The mystery midfielder, we're calling him. The mystery midfielder that Man United are looking to sign. We're going to, of course, look at other news surrounding Man United. It feels like it's been days since I've not done a live stream, but I only did one the other day. But we missed yesterday night. But there's so much happening in and around Man United, and there's lots of news that we need to get through today's show. I'm going to try and get through everything as quick as possible, but you know, it's not easy when it comes to Man United and news because so much has happened in the last 24 hours. Carrick, we've heard today as well, come out with his press conference and his presser. We've seen what he has to say. I mean, the usual questions, pressure this, pressure that. We've also got news on the Glazers. They were in Manchester yesterday, and Jim Ratcliffe as well. The whole tribe was in, guys. The whole cavalry was in. I mean, they were in Manchester, and we've got news to tell you why they're in Manchester. Big news coming on the Glazers as well, and why they're in Manchester. So stay tuned. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel and it's the first time you've come across the Man United stream channel. We're all about Man United and, of course, football. So make sure you hit that subscribe so you don't miss any of our content coming forward. Anyway, guys, let's jump straight into today's show. The first news that came out, well, earlier today was about Man United possibly or in negotiations to sign a new midfielder. Yes, guys, it could be happening. It could be on the horizon. We were worried, thinking, right, okay, we're going to run out of time. The transfer window's going to completely finish, and then we're going to start thinking, why didn't we sign a midfielder? But apparently, I mean, again, we have to take this with a huge pinch of salt. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because it could just be Ineos playing their games, right? And the Glazers. This is what they do. A bit of, positive press, a bit of news here and there to keep the fans engaged and happy, and the media talking about Man United. Man United always need to be in the news constantly because that's what makes sales. That's what keeps people engaged, the media engaged, and everyone wants to talk about Man United. Now, this is the breaking news we got from Ben Jacobs earlier today, and he said Manchester United have held talks with a midfielder in the last 24 hours for a loan until the end of the season. He has Premier League experience and is currently playing outside of England. Drop your guesses below. Everybody who's in the house, drop your guesses as to who this midfielder could be. I want to know who could be right. I've got a guess. I'll let you know who I think it is, but I want to know everybody else, and I want to know what they think of who this mystery midfielder could be. This is big news. Of course it's big news because look, we are desperate for reinforcements, and we know a midfielder is probably our number one priority. If we cannot go and get a midfielder, we're going to be in problems. We're going to have problems for the rest of the season. Qualifying for the Champions League is going to be near impossible. I think it's going to be almost impossible if we do not bring in reinforcements. Yes, Casemiro's there available. Yes, Ugarte there, but I don't think they're good enough. I don't think he's good enough, man. Casemiro is not the answer. only if he's given us 60 minutes per game. I don't feel like he's the kind of guy we want. There's some news on him as well, actually. So I'll quickly jump on the news as well. Casemiro can trigger the extra year in his contract at Manchester United by starting a certain number of games this season. Believed to be 35 starts in all competitions. He started 18 games this season so far, so would need to feature in every lineup from now until the end of the campaign or season, with United only having 17 more games. Carrick, do not start him, man. Do not start him. Do not allow him to trigger that contract, man. I do not want to see Casemiro here next season. Yes, some of you might say he's still good, he's still performing. I'm telling you, after the World Cup, this guy's going to fall off. He's going to come down like absolutely something. Seriously, I can't even imagine. I don't even discuss it. I don't want to discuss it. I'm warning you right now, just do not allow him to trigger that contract extension. I just feel like he's just going to have a complete shutdown after the World Cup. He's working his way to that World Cup. After that, he's not going to bother. That's it. He's reached his peak, if you can call it his peak. But whatever it is, he's not going to bother, man. He's not going to come back to United guns blazing. Whatever happens at the World Cup, he's going to say, right, that's it. My career has finished, and whatever else after that will be bonus, right? So if he can make some money out of United, it will be all yes, 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 brilliant. I can get some more money from United. If they're willing to pay me, I will more than happy stay on. Now, we actually saw Carrick earlier give his press conference, and I must admit, he seemed pretty calm, pretty relaxed, and yeah, in good spirits. I was impressed by his press conference. I thought he was going to come out a bit more nervous, but he didn't. He looked really calm. There was questions on him about Roy Keane, criticising him. I don't know whether you guys caught this. I'll play it in a minute for you because it was chef's kiss. It was brilliant. Roy Keane, this is why I love the guy. He's a no-nonsense type of character, and I like that. I really do like that. Look, I've got nothing against Carrick, by the way. So first of all, I want to say, look, I don't blame Carrick for whatever's gone on at United with Ruben Amorim and what's going on with the Glazers and obviously Ineos and what we're doing right now. Our season is more or less in turmoil. Can Carrick rescue us? I don't think so. I really don't. I think it requires someone way more experienced than Carrick to come in and pick these guys off the floor. They want a soft touch. They want Carrick to come in, and they've selected him. They've selected him for a reason because they know that they might have someone as a manager in Carrick who's not going to bollock them like they need to be bollocked. This team deserve to be bollocked because they're absolutely rubbish. They're awful at what they're meant to be doing. I mean, there's no excuses. You can't blame Ruben Amorim for them losing against Wolves, Everton, not losing against Wolves, but they drew at home against one of the worst Premier League sides this season, if not in recent history. So, look, I didn't blame Ruben Amorim for that, but look, Carrick, can he give him that kick up the backside? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, Roy Keane has had his go at Carrick, and his reaction to that was absolutely crazy. And that was some of the questions were posed to Carrick about, look, what do you think about Roy Keane's comments? And he said he wasn't phased out by him, but I felt sorry for him. I thought, look, I think he kind of answered him pretty well. But there's a backstory between Roy Keane and Carrick. I didn't know this, but there is a backstory. I'll explain it. But before I do that, I'm gonna actually put it on for you so you guys can watch it yourselves. You guys can judge for yourselves and let me know. So, first of all, breaking news. If you just joined us right now, United are looking at a new midfielder. Not sure who it is because they've not revealed who it is. But apparently in the last 24 hours, Man United are in talks with a new midfielder. Now, if you watched my earlier week's stream, what did I tell you guys? I said to you, we need to go out there and get someone in on loan. Just go out there and get a midfielder on loan. I swear someone from Ineos must be watching this. Someone at United is watching this, and then in the recruitment department, maybe it's Vivell, maybe he's watching me and thinking, I'll take that note. That's a brilliant idea, actually. We'll just go and get someone on loan for the rest of the season. We don't need to buy someone. And I said, look, they've got no excuse. They've got no excuse. Right, okay, they've got an excuse saying, yeah, we don't want to buy a new midfielder because we've got an interim manager, blah, blah, blah. You know, all the rubbish excuses they come out with. And then they say at the end of the season, we're going to go in with someone who's permanent. And yes, we're going to then sign somebody else. We're going to sign players for that manager, which is absolute bullshit because they've been telling us they don't want to sign players for managers. They want to sign players for the club, and the manager has to come in and play with the players that he's got available for him. So which one is it, Ineos? Which one is it? Which one do you want us to bloody believe? Is it that you want to buy players for the club and you want the manager to come in and cook with them, or do you want to buy players for the manager? Which one is it? Because right now, it's not making sense to any of the Man United fans out here. Because we're watching, we're thinking, right, you tell us one thing, do another thing. You do another thing, and you tell us something else. Absolute bullshit right now, Ineos. And do you know what the worst thing about this whole situation is? I'll tell you what the worst situation is. Right now, we've got news that, well, it broke today, which was Mark Guehi from Crystal Palace has signed for Man City. It's all over. They're paying him some crazy amount of, actually, number one, the fee is around about 30 mil, which is next to nothing. Yes, I know he would have been a free agent at the end of the season, but that's still an absolute bargain for a young centre-back like him. He is going to be one of the best. The other issue is, there's talk about his salary being quite a lot, but this is Man City. You're across the road. Guess what position they're in? They're not, sixth or seventh or trying to get into them Champions League spots. They're in second position right now, and they're doing pretty well in the Champions League as well. So if they can go out there and strengthen their team and know the importance of going out there and buying more players and making sure they've got the squad to go in and play better football. Why can United not see that that's what they need to do? To improve, they need to go out there and sign more players. And do you know what? If it was another club somewhere else, we might not be able to compare. But this club is across the bloody city, across Manchester. The other club on the other side is signing everybody that they can think of to strengthen their team. And this is not the first time they've done signings in the January transfer window. That's why it's bloody there. It's there to make sure that teams can go in January and bring in players to see the rest of the season out, to get them where they need to be, to get them in the Champions League spots, to get them in the title race. United are doing neither. But look, this is somewhat good news. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is great news. This is great news if it transpires that we do actually sign the guy, whoever it is. I like I said, I know who it is. I've been given some information on this. I'll let you know who it is, who I have been led to believe it is. But again, it could be anybody. It could be anybody. But you know, the giveaway is he's got Premier League experience and currently playing outside of England. That kind of narrows it down quite a bit. It could have been Conor Gallagher before he moved to Tottenham, but that's clearly not the case. So then it's got to be someone who is playing outside of the UK, a midfielder, and of course is open to a loan move. And that really narrows it down quite a bit. But I'll reveal that later on in today's show. So if you want the name, you can wait for that. I mean, of course, the chat is a lot more on the ball than I am, I must admit. My chat is always on fire and always spitting facts, and they will tell you probably way before I do who it could be or who it is likely to be. Anyway, before I do that, I want to kind of cover all the news that I need to cover, because there's loads of bloody news coming out of United. So yesterday the Glazers were in town. And we've got news breaking now. It only broke about an hour ago why they were in Manchester. Are you waiting for this? Do you want this news? I'll give you this news before anything else, because it's kind of breaking news, right? It's breaking news. I'll do a full show on it tomorrow if I get a chance. Obviously, we're doing the watch along as well for a City against United, and that if that goes all well, I mean, it could be we might forget all this, but anyway, this is the news breaking from the Glazers' visit. So yesterday, exclusive news, 50 minutes ago, the Glazers and Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos heads met with an investor yesterday in Carrington regarding the potential new stadium. Man United are looking for commercial partnerships and private investment partners funding of the estimated $2 billion needed to reconstruct or construct the new stadium. Now, if any of you guys were watching my show earlier this week, this is exactly what I said was going to happen. I told you guys. I've been saying it. Like I say, I've told you from what I heard from sources that I can't reveal, obviously, but that they were going to go down this route. They were never going to put money in to build a stadium. They don't want to put money down. Glazers or Ineos. Any other owner would be like, right, okay, look, I'm going to put the money down because I'm the flipping owner of the club, right? I might seek some investment, but not majority of it. But let me tell you, the Glazers and Ineos are going to put down zero pounds, euros, dollars into this rebuild. It's going to be entirely funded by external investors, private investors, and equity groups, whatever you want to call them. And it's £2 billion. Oh, guess what happens when you get money from somebody who's not part of your ownership group and you take $2 billion off them? Do you know what? It's called something called a loan. And guess what? You have to pay when you take out a loan of £2 billion. Yep, you've guessed it. Interest. We currently, as a club, pay in the region of about £40 million per year in interest on the loan and on the loans that the Glazers have taken out against United. What do you think they'll do with this $2 billion that they're going to take out to build a stadium? Yes, I know there'll be some of you saying, yeah, but we're going to get a stadium out of it and that's going to be worth something and blah, blah, blah. Yes, I understand that. You're building something, so you can, you can say that is something that you can put against the loan and that people who are investing will get that as a sum, but still, we're going to take out loans. We're going to have to pay interest on them. These guys are not going to say, right, okay, you've built the stadium and now it's built, you don't need to pay us interest. We're going to have to pay interest on that $2 billion. So add that on top of what we already owe in debt as a club. We're going to be knee deep in about £4 billion. I think that £2 billion is actually less than what it's going to cost. I think it's going to cost in the region of £3 billion, right? So £3 billion plus another two, shall we say, let's just call it £5 billion in debt. Which bloody owner or which person will be out of their mind to come to United and say, right, I'll buy United and clear the debt? It's not happening. These guys aren't leaving. Man. I cannot see it happening. These guys are here for the long run, man. They're not going. Unless one of them pops their clogs, they're not going anywhere. Jim Ratcliffe and the other dude on this side, Avram, I believe it is. But still, the Glazers are not going anywhere. I've said it to you many times, man. I don't want to break this to you. I know it's harsh. It's harsh reality. I don't want to say it. But these guys, the Glazers, yeah, they're going to hand this club down to their kids and it's going to go through the generations. That's all I can say, man. These guys are not letting it go, man. Unless our chance to get them out was when Jim came in and rescued them. We are shafted, man. We are flipping screwed with these guys. These guys are not going to leave. And I don't want to be saying this. I don't want to be telling you guys this because I don't like saying this kind of shit. But the reality is that this is what we're stuck in right now. The Glazers are not leaving. They're not leaving. If they sat there at the table looking for investment to build a bloody stadium with that rat, Jim the Ratcliffe, right? I don't give a crap. I'm really pissed right now. I really am, yeah? I honestly thought, when I was reading this, I read the first sentence, right? And I thought, oh my God, I was just going to jump out of my chair. Read this first sentence with me, right? So imagine I'm reading this first sentence, right? And just cover up the rest. So it's like, let me take it down there. There we go. So I'm reading it. It's coming up on my screen and I'm like, right, okay. So it's like, the Glazers, let me just bring it up. There we go. So I'm reading it. So I'm like, there we go. The Glazers, Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos heads meet with an investor. Immediately, I was like, "Oh my God, they're going to sell us! They're going to sell out and leave! And then I read the rest of it, and it was like yesterday in Carrington regarding the. Oh my God, no, not the bloody stadium! I don't give a crap. The worst thing about it all is, yeah, the fans that talk about this, and they actually see it as a positive. They're like fans commenting on this, and they're like, oh, well, that's some good news. What good news? Are you bloody mad? Who cares about a new stadium right now? Right now, we're playing shit football. We've got shit players. We've got shit owners. And you want a new stadium. What to do? To do what? To serve up that shit. To serve up that shit football that we watch week in, week out. With the same owners, with a shit team. I mean, look. You rather have a shitty stadium and be smashing it on the pitch, enjoying watching a sick team play. That's what you'd rather have. And you'd rather have better owners, right? But that obviously, that's going to happen in its time if it ever does. But anyways, that's the breaking news on the new stadium. I just thought I'd bring it to you. It's going to probably hit the news tomorrow or tonight, maybe, and you're going to start hearing a lot more of this investors, and we're obviously going to go into further detail about United putting more money down and taking further loans out and everything else. But yeah, and anyway, actually, another bit of news. I'm offloading tonight, guys. I'm offloading. That one night I missed, I swear. Well, I didn't miss. I just didn't schedule a stream last night. But seriously, there's been some crazy news, and this broke. And again, I've been talking about Nice to you guys, haven't I? I've been talking about Jim Ratcliffe and what his shit show at Nice. You know, the owners of Nice, and he's not part owner. He's not like a minority owner there. He's got full control of Nice, and he's absolutely turned it into a shit show. He's been a long-term owner of Nice, and he's absolutely turned them into a shitter club that they were. I mean, and now he's put them up for sale, guys. He's put them up for sale. He's putting up the wrong bloody club for sale. He's leaving the wrong club. Jim, we've been telling you to leave United. This whole protest on the weekend wasn't so you sell Nice, you idiot. It was to sell your shares in United and get the F out of our club. That's what we were trying to tell you. That banner said Jim can't fix it. Didn't mean we were talking from Nice's point of view. What's gone wrong, guys? Seriously, help me out here. Help me out. Have I got something wrong here? Was there some Nice fans at Old Trafford the other day holding up that sign? I'm sure they were United fans. But clearly this dude thinks it's Nice. That's the problem. And he's going to sell up Nice and he's going to be out. So I don't know what that means. I don't know whether he's going to take that money and invest it into Old United, but I don't think it is. I think if you keep up with Ineos and their dealings away from football, Ineos are not doing particularly well when it comes to business. They're having to take a lot of staff away, sack essentially, and close down a few offices and factories within Ineos to kind of save costs. I don't know what it is, but he's not doing well. Our Jim's not doing well, man. He's not doing well. So I don't know what we're to make of that. But yeah, anyway. Coming back to the signing, right? Okay, so United are looking at signing a new midfielder. Who do you think it was? Who do you think it is? Now, I'm being told it's Loftus-Cheek, okay? Loftus-Cheek, yes, the guy that's played for Chelsea before. Again, I'm giving you a exclusion clause here. I don't actually know who it is. I really don't. I've been told by a source that it's Loftus-Cheek. It might be wrong. Let me see if anyone on the chat has any idea, or if you've got anyone who is... Jim is on the ball immediately, man. Jim's saying Loftus-Cheek. Boom. Jim's in there. Whoa. In there with a big one. Right, okay. So, who else has got any names for me here, man? I can't see anybody else's guess, but I'm hearing it's Loftus-Cheek. Let me know what you think of that. I mean, I've not been keeping up with him. I've not been keeping up with Loftus-Cheeks. Let me be honest with you. I don't even know what that dude is doing right now, right? He's not been on my radar. I mean, again, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. So let me know in the comments. Anybody been watching Serie A? Anybody been watching Loftus-Cheek? Anybody know what he's up to? Anybody know if he's actually decent? Can he do a job at United? Or is it just one of those loan moves that's going to get made or going to get done just to keep the fans quiet so no one can turn around and say, we didn't do any business in the January transfer window? Just to keep me quiet, I guess, you know, because I've been on at it. I've been saying, look, you know, this is all bullshit. This is bullshit. We need to get out of this rubbish. We need out. We need to go and get some new owners who can actually put some money down and actually buy something, right? Nish, welcome to the channel, mate. An investor can put liquid cash into government bonds and get 4%. So I'll imagine they will want around 4%. How are we going to afford that? That's the interest you're talking about. Yeah. Look, man, this is it. This is the problem we've got. We've got huge issues with going and servicing these loans, number one. Number two, going and building a new stadium. I've told you weeks ago, months ago, look, guys, this stadium, new build stadium, is not coming anytime soon. These guys are skint. They haven't got any money. This guy's selling up Nice. He wants out. He needs money. But it's not going to come towards United. And the Glazers, well, we all know they've not put a single penny down on United, and they're not going to start all of a sudden. Suddenly, they're not going to be like, "Oh right, okay, we own Man United, and we're gonna put money down." No, they were here to take money out. I bet you they were sat across the investor saying, "Right, okay, you know, you're going to give us $2 billion. Can we have some extra money as well, just for our back pockets, just to because we're the owners of Man United, we deserve some money." That's what it's all about. Anyway, talking about signings. I did say United are going to start releasing PR-friendly news, right? PR-friendly news about transfers, about how they're cooking and how they're going to now start doing things, and forget about what's just happened. Forget about our shit show with Ruben Amorim. Forget about the season so far. Forget everything. Forget all what we told you that we were going to do and we were going to sort out. You know, Ineos were going to come in and they were going to sort everything out, and we will never return to these kind of turmoils, right? That's what we were told. We were told they were going to be the best in class. They were going to come and sort things out. And so now they need to get us back on that footing again. They need these protests to stop immediately. They need all these fans to get back on side again. So how do they do that? They start putting out positive press. Oh, we're going to sign a midfielder like you guys have been telling us. And oh yeah, guess what? We're going to go and sign a new centre-back. A new centre-back in the summer. Give it a rest, guys. Give it a rest. Manchester United are considering a move for Nottingham Forest centre-back Murillo. He is prominent on United's radar as they prepare for the departure of Harry Maguire. Now, number one, this guy is very, very good. Very good. Really good. Do I think we're going to end up getting him? I'm not quite sure, guys. I'm not quite sure. I think there's lots of other clubs that are going to be on it like a car bonnet. They're going to be watching this guy, and they're going to be watching any kind of deal that might be on the horizon for this guy. He's very good, man. We played against them, obviously, in that 2-2 draw, and he was sensational. That goal line clearance right at the last minute or so. But that's just not it. I'm not just basing my opinion on that game. I've watched this guy. He's very, very good. It means there's two good things here. One is that, could this mean the end of Harry Maguire? Finally, could he be leaving? And of course, if he does come in, that's a massive, massive signing for United. But I will not believe it until I actually hear news that they're actually in talks with him and they're negotiating something. I do not want to go down the Semenyo route again, right? They just pull our legs here. They're just bullshit us. It's just a smoke screen. They just tell us, oh, we're monitoring this guy and we're doing this, then we're doing that. Bullshit. There's no, that in that whole statement, it doesn't tell me United are making a move for him. They're considering a summer move. Considering could be anything from someone like Wilcott scratching his arse and saying, oh, I like the look of that guy. He's all right. Yeah, kid Morello. Yeah, that's considering. But that's it. Let's put it out there in the press. We're considering a move for this dude, right? Absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Anyway, let me move on from that story, right? Okay, we were talking about Carrick, and I'm going to finish it off on this, and then we'll go on to other news because there's so much to go through. But let me just go on to Carrick and explain to you, and we'll then do a preview of tomorrow's match against Man City before we end the show. But let me first go and show you this sensational clip from Roy Keane on the overlap where they sit down around the table with Gary Neville and Carrick and Rooney and all the rest, whatever. But anyway, and in that, they're discussing the new appointment of Michael Carrick, their ex-teammate, and it was interesting. Sparks flew, man. It was all over the place. Let me just play this for you guys. Let me play this for you. Let me... Let me just do this. Come on. Let's watch this, guys. It's crazy.
To be a coach at Man United first team.
But Steve Holland is a serious coach, a serious operator.
It just doesn't look like one of his mates coming in.
I think it's made his staff better for 4 months.
And what about the other 2 coaches he brought in?
The 2 coaches, yeah.
Steve Holland in because the other 2.
I'm on the other 2.
No, the other two.
Jonathan Woodgate and Johnny Evans.
Yeah, the other 2 look like they're people who he's sort of relying
Look at
upon.
Gary Neville.
Brought Steve Holland in.
Right. But what about
I don't know.
the other 2?
I've never seen the other 2 coach, Roy.
Okay.
I've never seen the other 2 coach.
Well,
you're not
okay.
given.
I'm just asking a question.
No, but I know Steve Holland.
I'm asking a question.
I know Steve Holland. I don't know the. Well, I know the.
He's on a beach 2 weeks ago with Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans leaves Man United 4 or 5 weeks ago as a loans manager, and then Fletch gives him a job. Strange enough, he gives him a job. Has 2
Keto. What a legend this guy is.
Great, isn't it? We should all go to Barbados for a week.
So what you're saying? You're vexed about something?
So if you're on about getting your coaching staff in, we're praising one of the staffs in his experience, and then we just let the other 2 go, Jonathan Woodgate and Johnny Evans. What has Johnny Evans done to be a coach at Man United first team? He left the job 4 weeks ago, loans manager, and ironically comes back working with the first team.
What has he done? Yeah,
step up, isn't it?
It's a massive step up.
Thanks, Ian. But we go back to what we said earlier. So Steve Holland. So you think what United need at this moment in time? No, I'm asking you a question. Yeah. Just relax.
Steve
I wish you were sitting here and you said he's brought 3 staff in.
this is exactly what we were doing as chat. We were discussing this when we first heard it.
The man now.
No, I didn't say that.
He's an experienced man.
I think Steve Arnold's got a lot of experience. He's a good coach.
Steve McLaren was experienced. Mickey Phelan was experienced. These are all experienced guys over the last few years.
The
last few weeks, before Burnley and Brighton home, Fletch knows the club. He works at the academy. He knows the girl in the canteen. He rings Ferguson to ask him what socks he's going to wear in the morning.
Keane, man. Keane does not hold back, man.
Right.
But I'm happy he's brought Steve Holland in. I'll go back to my original point.
What about the other 2?
I don't know the other 2.
Oh, exactly.
It's because Steve
coaches.
Holland
I don't know the 2 as coaches.
Exactly. Coaching, won't he?
I can't speak for the 2 as coach. I've never seen him in my life. I've seen
Gary, I hear what you're saying.
Thank you.
No, but I do hear what you're saying.
You're saying you don't know anything about Johnny Evans coaching.
No, I don't.
Because he's never coached.
Oh, snap, man, snap.
Oh, that's okay, because we've got Stevie Holland and I do Guru.
Oh my God, man. He's killed it. He's killed it there. He's absolutely killed him off there, man. That is brutal. That is brutal. I mean, if you're watching that and you're Johnny Evans and you're Woodgate and I'd guess even Holland and even Carrick, I mean, you're watching that and you're thinking, OMG. He's just thrown everyone under the bus, Keane has, hasn't he? He said, what have they done to deserve that position? All of them in there have done nothing. They're not good enough to be in there even as interim. But whatever you think of Keane, look, of course, some of you might disagree with that. Look, I thought it's a bit harsh on Carrick, I must admit. I was a bit like, okay, look, Carrick is, he's managed at Middlesbrough. He's got some credentials or they wouldn't have given the job, right? But and it is interim. Come on, calm down, right? Roy, calm down. But the way he went after the rest of them, I just found it really funny. Yeah, it was hilarious. It was hilarious. And the justification from Gary Neville was just too funny as well, because I swear Gary Neville's on the books, man. He's on the pay book with Ineos. I mean, what's he got in this for him to be defending them? Like, no, look, that's brilliant. The signings are brilliant. The new coaches are brilliant. What coaches? They've got no experience. Okay, but Holland's good. Holland's got experience. Holland, yeah, but who gives a shit about Holland? What about the rest of them? I don't know. So look, that is insane. I found that so funny. I was watching that and I was thinking, my God, he's cooked him. He's cooked him like properly. But yeah, look, anyway, come to the game. Let's go to the game, guys, because of course that's the elephant in the room. Tonight, it's the eve of the big game. And yes, I know what you're feeling like. I'm feeling the same. That anxious feeling. You think maybe, just maybe, we might get a result under Carrick. Maybe the players that have let us down for so many years will suddenly grow a pair of balls and go out there tomorrow and destroy City. It's going to be interesting. One thing is for sure, Carrick is going to play an attacking type of football. Will it work against City? Look, I'd rather them attack than defend. So if you're going to ask me, I would rather have them attack. The other big thing around United right now is who is he going to start and where? Because he's got a bit of a problem, a nice problem, because he's got Ahmad and he's got Mbumo and he's got Kuna and he's got Sesko. Where the hell will he start all of them? That is the big question. Now, I'm going to go to the chat because I want to hone in on the chat, see what everyone else is saying, see what they're up to, what their comments are, what you feel like is going on at United, because I like giving everyone else a say as well. Of course, you've just not tuned in to hear me just ramble on. We've got a couple of we've got some more time, so let's go and see what you guys feel about tonight's game or tomorrow's game. Tamez, welcome to the show again, mate. Please, Wilcott, make plan for midfielder signing, loan Bowie, Neves, Hackney, Hodjob. Cheek to United is better. Cheek. You feel Cheek? Loftus Cheek is good. I don't know what. I can't pass a judgment right now. I need to go and do some actual research on what his form's been like in recent times, right? Yeah, they are basically just buying everyone that they want to win. That's Man City. I hear you talking about. Yes. It's obvious the 115 charges are not going to stick. The players' agents have been informed, and that's why they're telling them to sign. Well, that's really interesting, Nish, you said that, because apparently, look, we all knew Mark Gouy was going to be signed by Liverpool. In fact, he was on the way to his medical when Crystal Palace called him up and said, turn the car around, come back to the club because we're not going to sell you. We can't afford to sell you because we haven't got a replacement. That was end of the summer transfer window. Clearly, something's... I mean, number one, if I'm a Liverpool fan right now, I'd be pissed. I'd be saying, what the hell is going on? Why? Why the hell did we not sign him in the summer? Why did we let this one fall through our fingers? It's crazy. It's negligent on part of Liverpool. Allowing this one to slip through their fingers is just bad business, bad recruitment, and they should have got it done. And even if when it did go wrong, why didn't they go back and say, right, okay, let's box this guy off. Let's box him off completely so no one else can come in. Let's agree personal terms. Let's agree for the January move, and let's agree with Palace, the fee and everything, and get it over and done with. And so he can't go anywhere else. But they clearly didn't. And Man City... hats off to them. They've done one, man. This is a pure hijacking situation. They've come in, they've got the deal, they've offered him whatever he wants, and apparently he went back to Liverpool. And the rumour is that he went and asked Liverpool whether Slot will be here next season. What a question. Number one, Mark Gouy is a smooth operator, man. He's gone in and asked him, is Slot going to be here next season? I'm not going to sign and play under this manager for him to leave and leave me with a new manager coming in and me having to prove myself to him. So he asked whether Slot will be here next season, and they didn't give him the response that they needed to, which is clearly they said either no or we're not sure. And Mark Gui turned around and he's joined Man City. Saying that, what guarantee does he have that Pep's going to stay? But maybe he knows something we don't. So that is what happened there. The private equity we know. Please, Wilcott, make a plan. Oh, we've done that one, yeah. Interest of $2 billion is £266,000 every week. Thank you, Nish. That is madness. That is madness. Thank you, Glazers. I love you. We love you guys. We love you guys. You know, you guys are just... do you know what? I'm running out of words for you guys. You guys just stroll in and just... Yeah. You make us... Yeah, just... I don't know what to say to you. The new stadium going up means we are never getting rid of these parasites. Yeah, that's it. That's it. If the stadium goes up and they've taken a loan out against the club as well, and they're just going to milk it even further because they will know. Look, do you know what they're eyeing up? They're eyeing up the bigger capacity at the new stadium. They're eyeing up the commercial revenue that they're going to make from everything that's around the stadium, the new stadium. It's not just going to be a standalone stadium. It's going to be commercial revenue from concerts and things like that will come in, flood in, because look, up north, Manchester is the city, right? After London, you'd argue it's Manchester. It's not even Birmingham. Birmingham is the second largest city, but when it comes to commercial centres and, you know, things like concerts and events, it's always London and Manchester. And of course, they're going to milk it. They're going to make loads of money from that. And then, of course, they're planning to build all sorts of entertainment things around shops and things like that around Old Trafford. So it's going to be a full kind of day experience for those tourist fans who come in already to United and take up most of the seats. So they're going to love it, man. They're going to love it. It's going to be we're going to be a tourist attraction. We will be a tourist attraction, and we will be a club no longer where people come to watch serious football. It will just be, oh, it's a nice day out. Do you want to see a nice stadium? Let's go to Old Trafford. Yeah. I don't know about the football. I don't know what they do there, but do you know what? It'll be a nice day out. So let's go and pay £100 per ticket. They're going to price out all the proper fans because we won't be able to afford it. Season tickets and things like that. I don't think so. So that's 1.3 million a week. If that's 4%, he says, that is crazy. Loftus-Cheek. Lol, Akash, if I remember correctly, you are the Liverpool fan, are you not? And if you are, let us know your thoughts on what this whole Mark Gui situation, man. What is that all about? Surely you're disappointed. Surely what's going on at Liverpool is not good news. But I mean, let us know anyway. It'll be nice to know what Liverpool fans think of what's going on at their club. I'm hearing it's Baleba with an obligation to buy. Apparently, Brighton want a weekly fee for him on top of his wage. I wish you're right, Nish. I really do. Honestly, if seriously, that would be the best news. But I don't think it's true. I'm worried about Ahmad or Mbeumo starting on the bench, at the bench. That's where our goals come if we play them together. Sandil, great comment, actually, because this is a debate that's been going on, actually, all day today. Who does he play? Because most fans are fearing that Ahmad is going to get dropped to the bench under Carrick's new system, formation, whatever. He's going to play a 4-2-3-1 formation, and they believe that he's going to get dropped to the bench. I'd be surprised if it was me. I would drop. I'd drop Kuna. I don't think he's been playing too well. I would play Mbeumo on that left wing and play Ahmad on the right wing. Play Sesko in the strike. Play Bruno Fernandes in that in that cam position. That's what I would do. That's how I would set it up. But again, You know, we don't know what Carrick's going to do. And this year, it's been almost near impossible trying to guess what bloody formation and what players are going to play. I mean, oh yeah, by the way, Harry Maguire's fit. So I feel like Carrick's going to go with Harry Maguire and Leacher at the back. Again, you know, I might be wrong. This is my personal opinion. I'm guessing here. Let me know if you agree. I mean, would you like to see Harry Maguire back? Would you prefer Haven playing? Because he's been playing brilliant, in my opinion. I think Haven should be in there. But yeah, I mean, and then left back. Who does he play in left back? And of course, we've got right back Diego Dallo, because Mazraoui's still out in the AFCON. He's going to be facing Senegal in the final. So, yeah, let's see. Ahmad will play left wing, Nish says. All right, okay. I would prefer him playing in the right wing, personally. I think he does more damage there, and I think Mbeumo can play on that left wing anyway, come in, and obviously, yeah, he can do a job across the front there. Carrick's just been thrown under the bus. He doesn't know yet. He doesn't. I don't think he does, man. I think Carrick, I feel sorry for. Ryan, welcome to the show, mate. Hope you're doing well. Any new players that joined United will go backwards. Look at Mbeumo and Kuno. This club ruined managers and players' career. Yeah, look. Do you know what? I'm not gonna disagree with you, because yeah, the problem is we have seen in the past loads of players come, and they play well in the first year. They play well, and then it's the second year you've got to watch. They drop off in the second year. And I was having this debate a few nights ago on one of my live streams, and I was saying, I had a guest on as well, and we were discussing why players drop form the second season, and it's because they look at everybody else around them who's not giving a shit, the rest of the players that have been there, and they probably think, do you know what? Yeah. Why am I trying? I'll do the same. I can get away with not playing football here and get away with it. Sandal says, I think we need to play Ahmad as right wing back and bench Dallo, and play Leacher as a number 6 and bench Casemiro. Leacher to cover that space when Ahmad goes forward. Dogu left back. Sandal, that's a very, very good shout. I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think he's going to play him right wing back. But in terms of Leacher, I've been saying that for a long time. I've been saying play Leacher in the midfield. He can do a better job than Casemiro or Ugarte. He's better at passing. I believe he's got better pass on him. And of course, he can cover the pitch. And he's defensive. He's brilliant. He can do everything in that position. And he has played in that position for Ajax before. This is not the first time. Nish says Keane is the only one who tells the truth because he doesn't care about upsetting Glenios. And yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't give a shit. And I like that. We need more pundits like that, man. Only fans will stop this madness. Stop buying tickets to watch Old Trafford games until they relinquish the ownership. Is it Amaram? Great comment, man. Great comment. I like that because this is what I said a couple of nights ago. The only way we get these guys out if we hit them in the pocket. The only time they get hit in the pocket is when they're going to actually say, okay, do you know what? This is going to work out. We cannot carry on going to games. But the problem with that is, and I said this before, the only fans who would probably sit out games and not go are season ticket holders. And a few others, I guess. You know, the serious fans, right? The problem is that there's a long flipping queue of fans who will still go in there and watch the game. The ones who don't even know who the Glazers are. You ask them who the owners are and they don't know. You know, the fan base is made up of day trippers, tourists. But I get your point. I think that's the only way as well, man. So it's a top point, that, because if we want them out, we've got to do something drastic like that. It doesn't work. You know, just having banners up, they don't give a shit. Ineos don't care. Ratcliffe doesn't care. I don't think he can see that far either. He probably not be able to see what the banner says. Neville is definitely on the payroll. Yeah, he is, man. I swear. I mean, I would normally reserve judgment, but having heard him today on that clip, I was like, wait, what's this guy's agenda? Why is he so protective of everything? they could say they were signing Mbappe in the summer and like the changes changes in the months to the summer. Yeah, exactly. Great comment there, Jim. They could just feed us any kind of shit and we will just scoop it up because right now we're desperate. We need to hear something positive. Casemiro, Shaw, Dalot, bench. We need to change someone to offer all three of them offering anything. Casemiro has no legs. Dalot useless. Shaw not going to put forward any crosses. Yeah, he's like that, man. He is like that. Akash says probably it's the wage factor, and this is going back to Akash. If anyone doesn't know, he's a Liverpool fan who kind of jumps on and revels in United's glory. Or the complete opposite, you know. But I think he, just to make himself feel better, I think he jumps on and then he realises, yeah, that, you know, it could be worse. It could be worse. We could be United right now. Akash says, probably it's the wage factor, which makes sense. Liverpool does not pay a huge wage to sustain longer. But Slot is going to destroy us playing Frimpong in the wing. And Sobs at right back. He loves Gakpo. Yeah, I do not get that. I do not how he's playing him in right back. And you're right about the wage structure. He's apparently getting in the region of 250, I believe, to 300,000 a week. That's insane amount of money. Insane amount of money on Mark Gui. And look, he's a good player, and I like him a lot. And I would have liked United to go in for him, but that's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I was going to say he's a mercenary, but you know, if he's being offered that money, why not? Right? Why not? Why would you reject that kind of money? A ticket, and apparently it's a 5-year contract. That's insane as well. So 5 years on 300 grand a week, or near enough 300 grand a week, is madness. Yeah, you'd sign up, man. Where do you sign up? That's what he'd be probably saying. Ticket prices are going to be a minimum of £100 in the new stadium. Whoever is paying for the new stadium is going to probably own it themselves. The club won't own it. Yep, that's right. Either they do a deal where whoever builds it keeps the revenues, or they fund it through a loan, and the Glazers essentially and Jim Ratcliffe, they're clever guys, man. They're billionaires. They don't like giving away money. So if they can make some money, they're going to make sure they have it. New Trafford is going to take 3 years minimum to build. Yeah, it's a long project, and these guys aren't going anywhere. If they get the funding for it, they're staying, and that is my fear. That is my fear, man. I'm worried. I'm worried because of that, man. I'm not going to lie to you. That is my worst fear right now, is that we have Ineos and the Glazers. As soon as they get approval for the new stadium, they say, right, we're not going anywhere now because money's coming our way. We're going to make more money. £100 a ticket, roll up. And do you know what? The funny thing is, it looks like a bloody circus. The new stadium design, it looks like a circus. And now we know why. We know why. Because these guys are flipping clowns. And they're running a circus. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. This is the state of Man United, guys. This is the state. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to be doing the watch along tomorrow. God help us. We will need divine intervention to beat Man City tomorrow. I'm not quite sure whether we're going to be able to do it. I want to thank everybody who's jumped on tonight. It's been a brilliant live stream. Like always, it's the best, hasn't it? Friday night live stream is the best. I want to thank you, everybody, Nish, Jim, everybody, Sandil, Akash, everyone who hits the comments, and of course, everyone who hits the like and subscribe. By the way, make sure you hit the subscribe if you're new to the channel and you're thinking, what's Travis on about? Who's this guy and what does he do? Well, we do Manchester United content and more. So if you're a Man United fan, I think it's obligatory for you to actually hit that subscribe button. I think it's a must. If you're not a Man United fan, I think you just do it for the laugh, wouldn't you? You know, you'd still subscribe. Anyway, guys, take care. I'll see you tomorrow back once again with the watch along, and then we'll do a reaction. Hopefully, it'll be a nice day. Please. Fingers crossed, it's a nice game.